What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Curtis, and 3 months ago I put some big old Cleaver RT 37 1250s on my Colorado ZR2. Technically it is a Bison, I just don't have all the armor, but I'm gonna answer you guys' questions, pretty much like every question you guys have. Miles per gallon, does it rub, where does it rub, how much I had to trim, if I want to get a re-gear or need to get a re-gear, loss of power, how does it do off-road and on-road. But stay tuned for this video. Let's get into it. So originally I bought this truck because I knew I was going to be a hardcore rock crawler type of guy. I learned that from my last build, that the Z71 just didn't have quite the capabilities that I wanted in a off-road vehicle. It was a great truck. It did everything. It helped me learn about the things that I actually do enjoy. But I bought the ZR2 originally because it has front and rear lockers. I'm going to rock crawl it, and I knew I was going to put 37s on it eventually. But getting to that, there's a lot of downsides to running 37s. They are way heavier than a traditional 35. They're way heavier, like I said, and you're just gonna rub. You're just gonna rub like way more than a 35. These are a 35 1250, but they do seem a little bit more skinnier than my other 1250s I've ran before, so that does help me like with rubbing also. But I do have a -12 offset wheel, which does, that's going to add more rubbage issues to you also. So I've seen people run 37 with like a +25, and they don't rub as bad as me, but I have a -12, so I'm poked out a little bit, so I do rub a lot more. I will get into like where I cut and everything like that. I do have the AV Bison fender flares, and that really did help me be able to run 37s. But there's a lot of downsides, like the power. Like honestly, it's not too bad. Like yes, from a stop, from a complete stop at a red light to like a green light, yeah, it does take more time, or it takes more time to get up to speed, and it's definitely slower off the line. But once you get up into the power band, not that big of an issue. But on that point, it's a big deal. Like it is a big deal running 37s. There's a lot of things that go into it, a lot of things that you got to think about before you want to invest in a big old 37, because they're not cheap also. It's a pretty big modification on your ZR2. I didn't just throw the 37s on there to make it look cool, but come on, they do look pretty dang cool. For me, honestly, the biggest challenge in running 37s is gonna have to be being able to fit it in the rear. The AV Bison fender flares, they do help a lot with running 37s. I have another video on my channel actually cutting and drilling for the AV Bison fender flares, but that does help out a ton for running 37s, because you kind of cut out the wheel well right here and right here up in the front. But the problem is with the AV fender flares, you don't cut anything in the rear, which could be a good thing, but in my case, it is a bummer that there's no clearance in the rear. So I did have to clearance out a little bit for my truck. I'm still not completely cleared yet for 37s. I do rub still on the back. So on our trucks with fender flares, if you've been flexed out with 35s on your Trail Boss or ZR2, you know that the tire grabs the inside right here. And I clearanced that out. That's all good. No issues in the front now. But now I do rub in the back, but I do have something really cool coming to the back of that. Eventually, we're gonna do a little eventually. Like I said, I bought this thing to be a rock crawler, and like the 37 setup, like wheeling, it's super nice. I just don't have to think about big boulders in the trail anymore. It's just kind of, you go over them. But we're doing something cool about that. It's I'll just tell you right now, I'm gonna eventually make my own high clearance rear bumper, and I'm gonna put it on the channel. We're gonna build it, we're gonna bend the tubes, we're gonna weld it up, and we're gonna do all that. But eventually, I just need to find time. I'm really busy. We're gonna have to put a little pause on that, but that is eventually the end goal. Do my own little high clearance rear bumper. It's gonna be sick. Nothing that you've guys seen before. So on that note, the rear is one of the biggest problems running 37, but we're gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna document the whole thing. So here's an up close shot of like what I had to cut. I pretty much had to cut like this whole bottom area of the bedside, and then the flare that comes out right here. I pretty much just ran it until I rubbed, and then I have a mark where I do rub. Gutted all that out. It honestly looks super nice still. It doesn't look ghetto or hacked up, so super proud of that. In the rear, like I said, that is a problem. I just did a bunch of donuts in this dust, so you can't really tell where I've been rubbing, but I took one screw out just in case. I don't want to rip the fender flare off that way, so pull the nut off on one, and then I'm just rubbing right there. So that sucks, but we're gonna figure it out. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, I did take off the wrap. It was just getting to that time in Arizona where it's just way too hot for any type of wrap to be on my truck. I'm just a little worried that it was gonna bake into the clear coat, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. And it's been about a year. I love the wrap, and I know you guys love the wrap also, but it was just time. It's Arizona, summertime, and it was just beating on there. The matte black wasn't even like, it was gray. It was gray at that point. Like it didn't look really good like in person. Probably looked better on videos, but in person, I don't know. It was just time for change. And honestly, I haven't seen the truck like this for a long time, about a year before I put 37s, the camper and everything. Last November when my truck was at SEMA for NOCO, that's pretty much the last time I saw it like that, and I just bought the truck too. So I dig the naked look. Now I got to worry about like actually pinstriping my bed because it was actually being covered up with wrap. So I dig it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. So since I'm in the truck, because it is 102 degrees right now and it's only 8, it's almost 9 o'clock, the camera is overheating, but I'll show you guys my gas mileage. So not gonna lie, I haven't been off-roading for about like, I don't know, 3 weekends in a row. So I've been just driving on the normal roads, freeways and everything. This was 15.2. So I have been off-roading all morning since 6 o'clock. So I'm down to 13.4, but when I was just driving streets, freeways and everything, it was 15.3. So take it as you will. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna say the gas mileage is good. It's definitely not better than a stock ZR2 on the OEM tires and on 35s, but 37s, I was getting 15.2 with the big GFC on the back. I know it's light, but still, 37s camper, 15.3 freeways and roads. But since I've been off-roading all morning, like I said, it's gone down to 13.4. That's just me ripping through the desert and rock crawling stuff. So it's not bad. It's not bad. So I'm just gonna chill out here for a little bit because it is really hot. But yeah, that's my miles per gallon. That's what it's been like. Let's see. So 14.6. I don't know, whatever that means, but it was 15. So take that as you will, but 14.6 now since I've been wheeling all morning. All right, so let's talk about the front area where I do rub. I do have the Deviate tube front bumper, so that really did help you know, be able to run 37s. If you have a stock bumper or anything like that, you're probably not gonna be able to run 37s. Just because the bumper is so close to everything. But for the back here, where it kind of loops around, comes around, and then there's like a flat piece of plastic on your flare that goes straight back like that. I just lopped that off, and pretty much she's all good. I still rub a little bit on the sheet metal and everything up here, so I do need a clearance a little bit more up in the front also, but it's not like super bad. Like, it's only when I get like really flexed out on something that I do start to rub, or when I do bottom out, like hitting whoops and stuff. I really wish we could actually get some like aftermarket hydro bumps, since our trucks have like mounts for them. It just blows my mind that no suspension company has came out with that yet, because there's literally a bolt-on spot for the hydro bumps to bump or to bolt onto, and I'd rather not run the Multimatics just because they're so expensive, and I don't think you can service the hydro bumps, but I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked into it very much, but wish I had some hydro bumps so I could stop having to deal with that. But fully flexed out, I do rub a little bit back here. Like I said, I need to still clearance a little bit more, but it's not bad where like I'm rubbing on the road. I don't rub on the road or anything like that. So here's kind of like the up close shot of it. Like I said, I pretty much cut up all that right there on the flare. And my advice is to throw them on and see what you're rubbing. And then once you rub on it, just cut it off, because that's pretty much what I did. And she rubs a little bit, not super bad, but still rubs a little bit in that spot. It's not that big of a deal to me though. All right, let's talk about gearing. I wish there was gears out for this truck. It's not that big of a deal, because it's still like the gearing's still good. The only time I've really found a problem is trying to climb something super steep. You have to put a little more power into it, like a little more gas. But other than that, gearing's not too bad. It's not really screaming on the freeway. I only notice it does scream on the freeway when you got some dumbass truck that cuts you off, and then you got to pass them and then hit the gas to pass the truck because you stopped your momentum. But I feel like that's kind of normal. But yeah, I probably don't hit 8th gear, but it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't care. I'm just not super picky when it comes to that stuff, but gears would be cool. It would be cool to get gears out. I don't really think there's even any companies making gears. I think maybe Nitro, but I'm not really sure. They haven't really said anything about it, so it's not hurting my feelings there's no gears out yet, but it is kind of a thing I wish we did have, and I hope we do get that support, considering it's the second best midsize truck seller ever in America, like best by the Tacoma right next to it. So I wish that was a thing also. And then transmission temperatures, they stay the same. The transmission it's not overheating. It doesn't overheat, it hasn't got close to overheating. Like, no big issues there at all with transmission problems. Same, feels the same thing actually. And then for my suspension, I pretty much have the Peak dual speed compression coilovers front and rear. The fronts are kind of cranked up to like the last spot where the performance drops off. So we're pretty much high enough in the front to run 37s. In the rear, I have a add-a-leaf and a 1-inch block in the rear to get me to the spot where I need to go, and I'm pretty much going to keep it at that. I might get like a custom leaf pack eventually for the weight and everything, because the OEM leaf pack's kind of trash, but I probably will do that in the rear eventually. Like I said, money's tight. I haven't really invested a lot of money into the truck because she's been pretty freaking reliable, and I love how she drives. I love how she off-roads, so I'm not in no hurry. The truck is amazing right now. But eventually those are things I'd like to do long term, like the bumper and the rear deeper or custom leaf pack in the rear. But that's pretty much my suspension. I don't even have a diff drop in the front. Like, I don't even have a diff drop in the front. No problems with CV axles, knock on wood. Like, no problems. Honestly, one of my biggest downsides though, that it's kind of funny because I'm 6'2". If I stand up straight, my back doesn't hurt. But like, getting in the camper, it's pretty dang tall. It's up to my hips. And then like getting stuff inside the truck, like that's almost to my shoulders, and I'm 6'2". It's pretty tall, but it's kind of a nitpick thing. It's kind of funny actually. The truck's too tall, but not that big of a problem. But I do burn my armpit if it's hot outside and I gotta grab something. It's like right on my armpit, and I fucking burn my armpit and it hurts. But it's hot. I need to get these GFC panels repowder coated. They're looking a little rough from the Arizona sun fade. So this is Curtis from the future. I totally forgot to let you guys know about the steering rack. Yeah, the truck doesn't like 37s very much, like the steering rack doesn't. Makes some interesting noises now, but it is what it is. It doesn't like turning when you're all bound up on a rock, but you know, it is what it is. That being said, would I do it again? Yes, I would. I just wish there was more support for actually being able to run 37s. I wish Relentless Fab would help your boy out and give me an idea of like what areas or how much inches I need to trim into the Bison flares to make them work with their 37 kit, because they have normal ZR2 flares on theirs and mine's a little bit different. Wish we could figure something out on that. And eventually gears would be sick. Pretty much the truck's pretty good cut wise for 37s. Like I said, Relentless Fabs would be sick to run on here. But for me, it outweighs the cons pretty much. I like how 37s look. I like how they drive. I like how they wheel. All that. Love it. And yeah, I'd probably do it again, but it's not for the faint of heart. Like, there is a lot of trimming, a lot of cutting. You do lose miles per gallon. There are plenty of cons, like I said, but if you guys like this type of content and like me beating on my truck, seeing how to push the limits of this truck, more modification videos, more trip videos. Going to go to Colorado next year, so that's going to be cool. But we got a lot of cool things coming for the truck. So if you guys like the 37s, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, and if you know any questions, throw them down in the comments, because I'm always here to help. I always respond to every single one of you guys, because I love you guys so much for supporting me and my channel and what I'm doing here. So I appreciate you guys so much. It is hot and sweaty right now in Arizona, so I'll talk to you guys next week. I love you. Peace out. Bye.